how to respond to his text. When a guy messages you, you want to be able to know what to say and what to write back. This helps in many ways, I'll give you an example, a bunch of examples. Here's the first example. Let's say a guy texted you and he says, I miss you, right? And you haven't heard from him in a while, and this is just a random text that came out of nowhere. He says, I miss you. Don't text him, even if you do miss him back, don't text him that you miss him back. You want to not, give him any kind of validation. You want to keep him curious. You know what I mean? So basically, what you want to do is this. You want to say, oh, thank you, with a smiley face, something like of that sorts, or, oh, really? Or like make it fun, make it nice and fun, where you're not giving him the answer that he wants, where I miss you back. You're not saying that to him. You're keeping him curious, you're keeping him on his toes, A second text that men will text you and exactly how to respond to is, let's say he says, hey, I've been thinking about you, or hey, I've been thinking of you. You could be like, oh, duh, or you could say, obviously, or of course. You're keeping it very, you're being sarcastic, you're being funny, and, you're kind of controlling his emotions, and you're controlling the narrative that way. You know what I mean? So it's like, if he texts you that, that's a very good way to respond, where he has to follow through on the rest of the conversation. You know what I mean? A third text that men sometimes do, and it's kind of lame, but let's say a guy texts you and he says hi or hey. That's all he says. Nothing else. Just a one-word text. You don't want to send him a message that's going to be longer than what he responded. You want to give him the same exact kind of effort, So just text him back hi with an exclamation mark, or hello. And let him take the lead after that, let him continue flowing the conversation and let him do the work, because, obviously, like, he should have messaged you something more than hey or hi, he could have asked you a question, simply like something like that, so, you basically want to match his energy, just say hey right back, and that's it. Just a one word reply. That's good enough, let's say in a situation where he texts you, hey, what are you up to? Like, he messages you something like that, and you're the spontaneous kind of person, and you don't mind that he texted you that, like, hey, what are you up to? And it's like still early in the day, you can respond whichever way you want, you can say whatever you want. Anything will work in this scenario. But let's say he messages you that same exact message, hey, what are you up to? But it's like 11 p.m. or it's like 10, 11 p.m. or even later than that. And you're not the spontaneous type. You love planning your days, love planning your nights, like in days in advance or weeks in advance. Then what you want to make it known. You want to let him know, like, hey, can you please try to message me back at a reasonable time, or put like a winky face, with it, or like a nice little emoji with it. So you're not coming off as uptight or as serious. But, let him know, like, hey, try messaging me back at a reasonable time, I assume you're just, being needy or whatever. Like, you don't need to be too aggressive with your response. Just keep it light, keep it very casual, anything will do at this point. Just throw like basically respond what you feel, but throw like an emoji with it, you could ignore him too and see if he'll message you the next day. But a lot of the time, some guys don't get the hints, don't get the signs that, like, hey, or maybe she doesn't want to be bothered, and he won't message you ever again, or he won't even message you for like a month or two, or a week or two, or whatever it is, a few days. So if you're into him, I wouldn't suggest taking the ignoring route. Definitely respond to him, but make it known like, hey, can you please message me at a reasonable time, or message me a little earlier in the day, or okay, can we catch up tomorrow? Message me a little earlier tomorrow, something like that, something along those lines. So yeah, this is just 4 different ways of how to respond to a man, of different messages that they send you. Yeah, so if you can, please like and subscribe. There's more videos coming. A lot more coming for advice for women on dating and how to deal with men. Okay.